Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Monday the 11th of October 2021. Time is just coming up to 0425 GMT. Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, so let's have a look what happened Friday the 8th, then the last full trading day. We had a negative unopposed driver in the yen at minus 237. No backdoor flows. The opposing positive flows mainly going into the euro at plus 3.1, into the pound at plus 63, and the dollar was the positive rock at plus 43. Activity plus or minus 237. Over the week then, for context, again we've got this negative unopposed driver in the yen at minus 506. No backdoor flows. The opposing positive flows mainly going into the pound at plus 357, into the dollar at plus 109, and the euro is the positive rock at plus 40. Activity plus or minus 506. Right, so over the week then we had a weak yen to the exclusion of all else in the majors, and Friday we had a weak yen to the exclusion of all else in the majors as well. The difference being the opposing positive flows. So over the week then we had the pound as a secondary driver, so it was soaking up the most positive, and on Friday it was the euro. So and the pound was basically plus 63 there. So you had that situation. So and then the dollar was over the week was this middle rank one, and the dollar actually softened on Friday. So you had this the pound softening, the dollar softening, and the euro coming up on Friday. Now intraday then, this is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got this negative unopposed driver in the yen at minus 113. No backdoor flows. The opposing positive flows going back into the pound at plus 92, into the euro at plus 19, and the dollar is the positive rock at plus 2. So we've got this return of the weekly pound strength here in the Asian session. So something to bear in mind. We'll stop it there and write up the flows. Right, we're back. We've written up the flows then. So the euro is weak except against the dollar, the yen, and the Swiss. The yen is weak across the board. The pound is strong except against the AUD. The Swiss is weak except against the yen. The CAD is strong except against the pound and the AUD. The AUD is strong across the board. The NZD is strong except against the pound, the AUD, and the CAD. And the dollar is weak except against the yen and the Swiss. So what have we got? We've got yen weakness still across the board, and we've got AUD strength. Okay, so that's where we are. What's going to knock it about this week and today then? So we've got a very light day today. Monday the 11th. Something to bear in mind. Tuesday, tomorrow then the 12th, we've got GBP claimant counts, and we've got tier 2 German zoo economic sentiments. So that's pretty light, but we've got a bit. On Wednesday we've got German CPI, US CPI, so we've got inflation data, and we've got Fed minutes, which is sort of late on in UK time, early evening. Right, so that's the boxing in. We'll stop it there, write up the asset classes, and then do the final analysis. Right, we've written up the asset classes then. So US dollar index basically pumped up, came back down, and is now 0.17 from the high, so pretty strong, 17% off the modelled high. Gold won't like a strong dollar, it's 0.34 from the floor, so it's about a third off the modelled floor. Oil has been on a charge up from this break, and it's now 0.32 above this resistance, so it's broken 32% from the resistance effectively. Wall Street, S&P, Tech, they've all got this same look. They've got this charge up, they sold off, they've come back a little bit, and we're 0.43 from the floor on Wall Street, 0.42 from the floor S&P, and 0.33 from the floor on the Tech. so they're all below half marks. So equities are still effectively under the cosh, still sold off. Wall Street and S&P are pretty much in a similar position, and the tech's lagging at 0.33 from the floor. Right, US 10-year and the bund. This is the price of the bunds. We've had this breakdown in price, which means we've had rising yields in both the US 10-year and the bund. US 10-year 0.1 minus 1.6 from the support, so it's broken 16% from the support effectively in model terms, and the bund has broken 10% from the support. So arguably US yields are marginally stronger than Euro yields at the moment, but they're both strong, and the prices are depressed in the bonds. Right, so copper, been chopping around, it's now at 0.40 from the high, so it's above half marks, so a little bit of strength there, but not much. And US steel is on the deck, it's at the floor, so that's where it is. US steel, possibly two reasons. One, the this environmental bill in the US, and also higher energy prices possibly, but we're not sure about that, but that's two possible reasons why it's on the floor. Right, we'll rub that out and then we'll do the final analysis then. So this week then, midweek, we've got this Fed minutes, which is sort of late on Wednesday the 13th. We've got light data today, and when you get light data, the market can be shoved around. So let's have a look at the majors then. So dollar, euro, yen, pound. What do we know about the yen? The yen's been the negative unopposed driver for a while now, all last week, and that means one of two things normally. It means either a further ramp down in the yen, or it's a floor and the yen's going to start charging up. So that's something. So we've got the Fed. So on the 13th and the 10th, we've got the Fed minutes. Right, and we've got a bit of pound data out tomorrow, claimant, and we've got euro data. We've got the zoo and all the rest of it. So, but. And then if we look at the commodity currencies, so the CAD, the AUD and the NZD, oil is absolutely steaming, and whilst the positive oil transmission isn't set in concrete on CAD, it's likely to prop up the CAD complex. So that's quite possible. So unless oil sells off today, the CAD's likely to remain strong, and the AUD and the NZD are relatively strong, and the Swiss is taking its cue from the yen and being weak. So what have we got then? So we've got this, we've got commodity currency strength, we've got Swiss weakness, we've got yen weakness still in the Asian session. That's sort of fairly risk on. We've got these bond yields being quite strong. And we've got a resurgence of the flows back into the pound. So if you remember what we were saying earlier, so the likelihood is that the pound is going to dominate the positive flows. So you want to look for long pound trades, and if this sort of continues with the yen, so the pound yen, Swiss pound, sorry. And those type of trades. The yen is going to be very equity dependent, as we know. The transmission there is pretty strong at the moment, so we'll see what's happening there. So basically, if you're going to trade today, you need to know what's happening to equities. The flows set up for the Asian session suggest a strong pound, a weak yen, and a continuation of that. You're likely to get a strong CAD as well. So that's the best we can do at the moment until we see how things shape up as we go forward. So hope that was useful. See you tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you very much.